Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. You can hear me already laughing because when I was pulling this one to put together for you, again, I'm on surgical leave. My huge thank you for rewatching these. I can't tell you how much it means. You're saving me. Thank you so much. But it's fun to revisit these, so don't just drop out of this. Actually watch it because this one's fun. This one, I forgot Meghan ripped off that "Is he kind?" from Catherine. We're going to get into that. But also, I forgot about this picture. You know, this is the one that we all want. Yeah, everybody try and resist yourself. I know I am. Seriously, though, try not to lick your screen right now. Yikes. He actually looks better here, though, than he does nowadays. That's what's funny. But, guys, we're going to get into and revisit some of the St. Meghan Markle stuff. Look at this one. Like, this is their old logo and everything. I'm excited to dive back into this with you. A lot of ridiculousness. Again, this is a revisit, so if you hear me say something out of date or made sense at the time, doesn't make sense now, that's why. But thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting the channel. I do have new stuff coming. I know I keep talking about, but I got my HG interview. Guys, it's my favorite one ever. It really is. It's so good. I can't wait for you to hear it. Our chemistry is off the charts. We'll look for that. I'm still trying to talk him into this podcast. Be sure to pester him about that. What else? I got something coming with Stephanie of the Sidley twins. I got stuff coming with Dylan of Winning Communication. So look for all that. A huge honk and thank you for being so supportive while I'm out. And I'm resting and recording this in advance, so you'll see me again soon. Actually, you will quite literally see me soon because I'm going to start going on camera soon once the new year hits and I can get my office done. But I love you flockers so much. Can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Now let's dive into this. Honk, honk. We're taking a look at St. Meghan Markle. You guys probably already hear the laughter in my voice. I found some funny stuff over there. You know I love that Reddit group, so I thought, you know what? Let's just have some laughs and enjoy this. So thank you so much for being here. I cannot believe how close I am to 100,000. If you haven't hit that sub button, please make sure you're subscribed. Let's take a look at St. Meghan Markle. All right, right off the bat, we have, how did Meghan manage to fool Harry that she knew nothing about the royal family? And this was asked by Frosty8778. Great question. Okay, so it's the answers that are cracking me up here. And Jojo Maurer says, because he's thick as two planks. The escarpment says, that's unfair and an insult to planks. Which super cute Lisa says, seriously, like hold these two sheep while I count them thick. Hold these two sheep while I count them. That's excellent. Bake First says, HRH, Hank the Plank. Wooly Cardigan replies, that literally is the only answer. He's so thick that when his dad said they might not be able to afford her, he wrote, but Meghan can make her own clothes and she doesn't eat much. I mean, imagine him saying that and thinking it was okay to put in his book. What a twat. Oh my God. There are so many details like this that I obsess about, and that is absolutely one of them. He talks about telling his father she can make her own clothes and she doesn't eat much. Can you imagine? You guys, as we know, I've done videos on it. Definitely go take a look about the fashion, the spending. We know. She spent more than all the other European women of royalty on clothes, and yet she can make her own, you guys. She can't even wear designer, whatever, fancy-made clothes. So, no, she cannot make her own. You guys, this one came up, and I can't remember if it was on the main channel or Patreon. Somebody was talking to me about this, and I just did a video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, about how similar a lot of Meghan's quotes are to other famous people. And, well, not even famous people. People have written books, people have sung songs, and how her quotes just happen to be like theirs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? So listen to this. I think I figured out where Meghan's "is he kind" spiel came from. It's similar to a quote that the press reported Catherine had said to a friend before she started dating William. You guys, this is another picture that just lives rip-free in my head. The way she's staring at that goober, I don't know if she's trying to do magic to turn him into something else. That's all I can figure, because why else would you stare at that doofus so hard? All right, I'm in a mood today. What was I going to say? Oh, I don't even have to read the body or the proof of this. I just automatically believe it because, of course, she stole it from Catherine. She steals everything else. She doesn't have a real personality of her own, so why wouldn't she steal something like that? Oh, but guys, remember, she didn't Google anybody in the royal family. Oh, that nonsense. But seriously, though, what do you think she's using her magic for right now to try to turn him into? Because she can't be staring him down like that for any other reason. You cannot stare at cross-eyed Beaker for any other reason but than to try to turn him into something else. So here's the body of that post about did she take the quote from Catherine. It says, let's skip the beginning part here. It says, I was reading some comments on another platform about William and Catherine's relationship. Someone brought up that Catherine had supposedly said the following, which was then reported in the press when they got engaged. According to her school friend, Jessica Hay, in an interview with the Mail on Sunday, quote, we would sit around talking about all the boys at school that we fancied, but Catherine would always say, I don't like any of them. They're all a bit rough. Then she would joke, there's no one quite like William. I bet he's kind. You can just tell by looking at him. So there are several news articles that reference the quote that you can find with a quick Google search. So then they put the link in of the quote. But oh my gosh, of course. That is absolutely crazy and just goes with, well, I don't have a personality of my own, so I'll just borrow somebody else's. If it was an isolated incident, then nobody would think twice about it. But the pattern keeps repeating, and that's what has me fascinated. To which Chewy's mom 88 says, well, color me surprised once again. And then, least contribution says, just has this meme right here. And that's pretty perfect. Yeah, same. That's the look on my face. All right. And then this person posts, I didn't know that. And yes, it sounds like something Stalker Megsy would have picked up on and tried to copy. I think the same thing. All right. I am so excited to read you these answers because this struck me so freaking funny. Put down your drink if you're drinking something. You ready? If you are drinking something, share it with me. It says, is it true that Harry was desperate to date high-profile actresses but failed? I read this a long time ago that he really wanted to have an actress girlfriend, but nobody was interested in him, so he eventually went with a D-lister. Well, to quote Ross from Friends, none of the sane ones wanted to come home with me. So, yeah, I had actually heard this rumor as well, and I'd heard there was some connection with him he was trying to make a connection with Emma Watson, and that's what I noticed came up in the comments. So let's take a look at what they say about that. So Strix the Owl says, there were rumors that he was interested in dating Emma Watson, but she shut that down pretty quickly via Twitter, if I recall. To which the Velveteen Rabbit wrote he probably watched Harry Potter and convinced himself she had a thing for gingers. And then something that made me laugh for a good 10 minutes. I'm still laughing about it. You can hear my voice. PRX Sweetie writes, yes, the perfect match. A self-respecting, poised, feminist, philanthropic, talented British Ivy League graduate, and, well, that drug-addled carrot. Surely they have so much in common. Guys, my new BFF called him a substance-addled carrot. Just let that marinate because that's my new favorite thing. You know what else popped in my head when I was thinking about this with Emma Watson? Do you remember, I believe it was in Revenge. I've read so many books, they kind of blend together in my head. I believe Tom Bauer talked about that something about Emma Watson with Meghan. Meghan had her sights on being friends with Emma Watson. It all had to do with that UN Women thing. She wanted her name associated with Emma Watson, and I think that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking Emma Watson shut that down, to which I say, yay. Oh my God, substance-riddled carrot. That's my new favorite name for him. All right, let's talk about this one. This came up quite a bit. Now, this is by, I'm squinting to see that, Electrical Ad 9212. And it says, I believe Tom Bauer's claim that they're thinking of changing their name to Spencer. Okay, let's talk about this because I did put a video up on the channel about it, and I was a little skeptical at first because I thought, no, they're just trying to get their PR machine out there. But it was reported on by Tom Bauer. So that's actually the opposite of their PR team. That guy's always putting out stuff about them that I find hilarious. But let's dive into it and talk about it a little bit more because I am fascinated by this. It says, so Tom Bauer stated on GB News that he understands that Markle and Harry have discussed changing their surname to Spencer. Some people express their doubts about this, whether it's true, and then they say that they believe it. First of all, let me say that Bauer isn't someone I blindly agree with. His demand that King Charles and William make public statements about Markle and Harry, absolutely wrong. It would have handed victory to them because they want the attention and they'd received a new lease on life. Instead, the king and family played it perfectly. However, I do believe Bauer when he says the mad duo have thought of changing their name to Spencer, and then they go into the reasons why. I keep thinking about this too, and I think I believe it. I do. It's just crazy enough that, I guess desperate is a word. It's just desperate enough that they would do some shit like that. They both have this intense obsession with Diana, and it would always associate them with that, if that makes any sense, if I was clear as mud there, but you get what I'm saying. The thing that slows me down is how would that work with the titles, because they're not letting go of those. So they go on to say, here's how it would work in their mad, demented stalker brains. We've watched with deep sadness as Princess Diana, my late mother-in-law, I love that they're putting this through Meghan, has been marginalized by the royal family deliberately because my life mirrors hers so much, and in order to keep her memory alive and in order to be the keeper of the flame of Diana, we shall change our name to Spencer and keep her spirit alive forever, for the sake of our children, too, who are the true inheritors of the Spencer spirit and heart. We hereby also announce the Spencer Diana Foundation, a charity. We devote our lives to help continue the work of the life of Princess Diana, who has been betrayed by the monarchy and Britain, much to our deep sadness. I love that statement. I actually could hear it in Meghan's voice, although she'd have some, look at me. She'd be like waving around Diana's watch and pointing to it while she reads her statement. Then this person goes on to say, they will then give a primetime interview to Gayle King and seek to monetize their new status, including trademarking Diana's image, etc., and style themselves as keeper of the saintly goddess Diana, with Markle as her chosen child and inheritor of spirit. Oh, God, this is so weird. Right on. You better believe, I believe this is true. 100% the kind of scheming psycho Markle and her sniveling, shameless, might I add, substance-riddled carrot husband will do. As they realize they are drowning, failing, and flailing, and consumed by the contempt of the world. All right, poster, you are insanely clever. I had not thought out all the details. I was thinking more in terms of they would love to always have that association with Diana. Obviously, Harry will always have an association with Diana, but you know what I mean? Like in name specifically. So when they said that about controlling Diana's image and basically merchandising her, I was like, oh my gosh, that is a level of crazy I didn't even think about. That makes so much sense to me. And yeah, that sounds like the grifters to me. So then Chris and Kim writes, Neil Sean claims that this was true. It was discussed during Megxit and says that they can't remember if the Queen said no. I think they said it to hurt the family. If true, it wouldn't surprise me. They're always trying to hurt them. Nothing they try surprises me anymore. They are horrible people. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly how I feel as well. I think I'm surprised at the level of disgusting that they reach, but I don't know why anymore because there seems to be no end to it, no bottom. They'll go lower than I even could imagine. Okay, now we have this post by Jean Hughes Anglade. And this person says, no one in Britain cared about Meghan's race. She and Harry had a golden chance to make things different for millions, and it's unforgivable that they chose not to. I think that's what a lot of us have said. I couldn't agree more. They talk about wanting to, live a life of service and do good. And they had the perfect opportunity to do these things, and we see what they use that opportunity for. Okay, this one was posted by Dearest Ribwich, I think is how you say that. And it says, how has this brand ambassadorship not happened yet? And then they posted this. I love it. It's Royal Chinette, and it's paper plates. It sounds like they're Canadian. That's perfect. Why haven't they done that? I mean, they're obsessed with the word royal. Just think about Sussex Royal. So then this person posts, easy on your nerves, easy on your wallet. To which Photobuff42 replies, easy to throw around the kitchen. As I'm sure you've heard the rumor that certain Miss Markle likes to throw around plates when she's mad. I bet she's been smashing a lot lately. And then we have a post from Strict Translator who says, apart from lying, what is her talent? And then they post this, which is fantastic. Look at this. So this was a tweet from Spirited One, and it says, so, she's an interviewer that doesn't really do the interviews. She's an actress that can't really act. She's a duchess that can't do royal. She's a model that makes clothes look cheap. Apart from lying, what is her talent? That is such a good tweet. This one really had me laughing as well, and just so well put. What is her talent? You guys, this picture was also shared with this post, which I have never seen this picture. I cannot believe what I'm looking at. I need to stare at this picture for about 14 hours. What is happening here? I truly don't know what this photo has to do with the original post, but it's so funny to me, and some people chimed in, so I just wanted to show you the picture before we read some of the comments. What is this picture? And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go there. We talk about the foundation garments. They're never right. And I can see that that's continuing. This is not good. It's not right. It's not good. What am I looking at? We go back to the original question, which was, what is she good at? And Von Unzu posts, she's good at plagiarizing. Again, I got to put in a plug. I just did a video about this. Go take a look. So back to the original, or that photo I had not seen of the rumpled clothing. This person says, we also can't forget her rare talent of making any piece of clothing look atrocious. And then after Paleontologist 5 says, how do they look so craptastic? I love the word craptastic in everything. I think they must sleep in the clothes and then wear them outside to venues. That photo, how do they both manage to look so disheveled all the time, head to toe? Uncombed hair, unfitted clothes. Both of them look as though they haven't showered in days. Okay, guys, here it is. You ready for this? I've actually had some of you guys say this in the comments as well. This is wild. Stressed Up has an interesting theory. You ready? I think their disheveled appearance might be intentional. Remember years ago when people took after-sex selfies and posted walk of shame pictures? I think the Markles have been attempting to pull off a low-key Billy Bob Thornton, Angelina Jolie, we blanked in the limo on the way here moment in these planned papped walks. Unfortunately for them, no one picked up on it, and they just look like slobs. To which the original poster replied, oh, wretch, vomit, bleh. Oh, God, I think they're onto something. I think you guys who suggested it might be onto something. It's probably her weird, idea. Oh, God, it really is turning my stomach. Blech. And Aware Impression 8527 posts, is Meghan okay? She's had a rough week, poor thing. Not invited to Trooping the Color, canceled by Spotify, called a lazy blinking grifter by a media executive, papped looking mad. Dior deal fell apart. I don't believe there was a deal. Accused of faking interviews. Kelly Osbourne called her husband a blinking twat. Kate wore her favorite shoes. Haha, I saw that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Kate wore the Aquazzara shoes with little bows on the back and looked fabulous. I'm sure Meghan was throwing plates around about that. Camilla wore Dior to Royal Ascot, William's birthday, and she already used up her one pap walk this week. Archetypes trademark refused by U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Oh no. To which Antique Character 87 had a fantastic response. They said, yet I don't feel sorry for her one bit. All self-inflicted wounds. Yeah, same. I don't feel sorry for either one of them. And then we're going to end on this comment because I thought it was really interesting. It's Sangriama says, I find it hilarious that she said about the Spotify podcast, people should expect the real me in this, and probably the me that they've never gotten to know. Certainly not in the past few years, where everything is through the lens of the media, as opposed to, hey, it's me. I'm just excited to be myself and talk and be unfiltered. So that's a quote from her. I've heard it a million times. That's why I said it like that. People should expect the real me. That's how the podcast, I think she was talking about the podcast and setting it up as like a promo. And then this person wrote, we got the unfiltered and it ended badly for her. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. I'd actually forgot. It's one of those things buried in the back of my head that people should expect the real me. And then proceeds not to actually do the interviews, it sounds like. It sounds like she's just recording her parts and only talking to who she deems the important people. And, and there's the real her. She said she'd show it to us, and she did. I think we've seen a lot of the real her. Wow, scary, right? Anyway, guys, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this deep dive. I hope you did too. I love going through the Reddit group. They're a lot of fun over there. They have a lot of interesting thoughts and opinions and funny memes, so I always enjoy that. I hope you did as well. And I just want to thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Can't wait to read your comments on this one, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.